Welcome everybody to Bugbears and Brews. My name is Brian, and today we're doing encounter recap number 24 of our Storm King Thunders campaign. And so this one here, we started off with going towards the town of the Shadowheart Kai people and meeting up with the guards there. At first, Pavic thought it'd be smart to lie to them and tell them, hey, we're traveling dealers or merchants, and that kind of led to you guys getting off on the wrong foot. And Inigo had to do some PR recovery, or go into recovery mode for that. And at first, the guards thought they were crazy because he's talking about, oh, I have this princess, but she doesn't know she's a princess, and she may look like a little girl, but to you guys, she's from a long time ago. And then talking about flying snakes, and you guys were in the desert and drinking cactus juice, and so they really thought you guys were crazy. Then Inigo mentioned something about putting... they're going through a trial, and from there that kind of sparked the gears going, and eventually you guys were allowed into the town. But before that, a big parade of all these guards and like the quartet of elders came out, and they took a look at Broomy, did some intense staring at her eyes, eventually decided that you guys might be telling the truth, and so decided to let you guys in. Within the town itself, rather small, about 500 people or so, really kind of ramshackle setup, but they did put you in a nicer, we call them huts for the most part, but none of the houses were really together. They were really what's the word I'm looking for, pieced together with, this is a resource poor area, so they're kind of thrown together. You guys was mostly stone though, but Broomy was going to be staying with the elder area, or with the elders, and you guys didn't like that at first, so Inigo went and checked it out, and after him doing his quick inspection, everything looked good. But before he left them in her hands, he's like, "Hey, Broomy, don't forget you get to play princess, and these two guys are going to be your handmaidens." I think is what he went with, and so Broomy ran those guys ragged. Each time we seen Broomy coming out there, like these two guys just looked like they were beat to hell. She was really putting them through their paces. You guys, let's see here. From there, you went and you guys did have a page assigned to you. He kind of showed you a little bit around town. And Inigo attempted to buy Broomy some toys when the page showed him a toy. Sadly, he broke the toy and wound up having to buy the kid another toy. But yeah, you guys went and visited the toy maker. You got Broomy a gift of a cloak. That's about it as far as the shopping. You guys took a look around at a couple other places. The haggling, you guys weren't exactly a big fan of because they were taking you guys to town, for lack of better words. They didn't want your coin; they wanted items. So you guys, give them, I think, a battle or 2 hand axes, a couple other goodies. I think the toy maker did take some gold or silver. Charged by the bits, not the value. So they wanted X amount of bits of metal, and you guys wound up giving them a couple of silver and so on. But that night there's a big party to welcome Broomy to the situation, or to back to the tribe. I'm calling it a tribe because it's kind of a loose knit congregation of people now versus like a full society. And talked about how you guys had to earmuff her because they started talking about how she had to go through the trial, and the trial is to go and get or eat royal jelly from a hive, or a royal jelly from a darkmantle hive queen, which you already have to go see a darkmantle hive queen anyway to get tentacles for Fizzletink. So this kind of worked out well for you guys. Talking with the elder later on, he let you know that if she eats it and she's not really royalty, it'll kill her. So, but if she eats it and she survives, it clearly means that she's royalty, and then they will, follow her for as much as a 6-year-old can lead. The tribesmen also gave you a little bit of background on what happened here. So Broomy's family was assassinated 200 some odd years ago. You guys asked, what, you guys didn't investigate about Broomy missing, and they thought either she ran away or was kidnapped or killed and never found. So, apologize about that, but it's too cute to to not have in there. And then the snake type serpent, or the snake type creatures, those are Quaden, which are kind of markers of the royal family. And they've been thought to be extinct when the assassinations happened. There's never been a lot of them, so, you know. The next day before you guys set out, you know, they gave you a little map, like here's where you guys are going. It's going to be a 2-day walk out there. You guys are like, you know, we really need to get some sort of help here because these dark mantles alone already kicked our ass at the little ones, and so going up against a big one isn't ideal. So after doing a little bit of not pleading, but negotiation, and a hellified 99 on the how much are they going to help your roll, you guys wound up getting a spear, and the spear it's a cross between a sunblade and a spear of daylight. So it's a +2 spear that's got just like the handle, and then it pops out from both sides, and it can cast daylight once a day, which will help dissipate the darkness. So they entrust you to that since you guys have been Broomies wardens for the time, you know, leading up to there. So they thought you guys deserved at least something. Fizzletink was not helping you guys at the moment because I believe it was Pavik thought it would be fun. Yes, Pavik thought it'd be fun to put a bug through the pneumatic tube type system and send it back to the material plane. Fizzletink did not like that and sent some sort of weird snake that bit into Pavik. And when it bit into him, Pavik knocked right out, and he started having nightmares that Fizzletink was all over the place. And as you guys were watching the snake bite Pavik, it went into the wound. So what the snake was, we don't know, but every time Pavik slept since then, he dreamt of Fizzletink just ruling his world. And there was a nice little note there saying, you know, don't put stuff that could have a foreign disease through the pneumatic tube and possibly, you know, decimate entire civilizations. So heading out towards the darkmantle nest, you guys, you know, you scoped it out and you found a couple entrances, and you watched where the darkmantles were coming in and out of, going over these or going into this like membrane type stuff into the caves, and you found one that seemed to be not much lesser used than the others. So you went in there. You stealthed around. Great stealth rolls from everybody, thanks to Pass Without a Trace from Thessalon. And, you know, wiggled around. You snuck past one set of builders. Then you snuck past even a couple of the standard dark mantles that you didn't know about. But eventually we ended up where you guys... Yes, it's Daddy on the computer. Eventually we landed out with you guys fighting some of the warrior class dark mantles, which backtracking a little bit, the tribe did let you know about the 4 different dark mantles. You had the standard drone ones is what they call them. They had the builders, which are kind of big, bulky, and they walk. They don't so much fly. They had the warriors, and then there's the hive queen. So you guys, we left off with you guys fighting it was 2 warriors. One of them went down, one was still up, and then there was a builder up top spitting down on you guys. But that's where we left off. So this session here, I feel like we did a lot more than I covered here. But there's a lot of investigation and kind of just checking things out and making sure Broomy was okay. So even though this is a much shorter recap than they have been lately, which yay on that, and I feel like there's maybe something missing here. I think I covered it all because a lot of it was role-playing and bartering and, you know, making sure Broomy was okay and investigating and sneaking around the hive there. As far as the hive goes, you guys were kind of higher up, and since you guys saw that was lesser used, and the entrances further down were more, you know, used more regularly, you guys were heading down. Any path you guys saw that was going down, that's where you were heading. So I apologize if I left anything out. But like I said, I think there's mostly kind of fluff that I'm leaving out here. So looking forward to next week. And I will say, while I was worried that I'd have to make adjustments to the Dark Mantles the second time around with you guys fighting them and you guys knowing how to kind of accomplish overcoming their advantages, it doesn't seem as bad. So I'm glad I didn't actually tweak the dark mantles yet, and I don't think I will have to. So I will talk to you guys next week. See ya.